Good afternoon. I'd like to welcome all of you to beautiful Lake County, Michigan, the land of water, woods, and wildlife. Although we're called the poorest county in Michigan, God has blessed us with 159 lakes, 40 trout streams, and only 4 cases of COVID. This will be my 19th year working with Tricky Dicky on the world famous Teachers Institute, and I want to say that I certainly miss all of you that I've met previously. It's always been a great experience at the Summer Institute, and one of the highlights, of course, is when we have our Wednesday party. Unfortunately, since I'm not here this year, we won't be able to do anything live, but I'm going to take you into my kitchens here at the Sweetwater Club where we live and show you how to cook our famous Cowboy Beans that everybody always likes so much at our parties. We've been working very hard trying to get our meat ready for this, and I'll be showing you how we take it out of the smoker shortly. Okay. We'll go by the river over there. As I said, as much as I miss you all, I'd much rather be here on the Marquette River cooking than outside in Lansing. I hope you all are enjoying your week of work, and we will shortly get together here and over the banks of the PM River cook some Cowboy Beans. Here we are in our outdoor kitchen. We're getting ready to get some meat out of our smoker so we can get ready to prepare the Cowboy Beans. And with the price of meat, it's been pretty difficult. We've had to be pretty creative in the type of selection for our smoked sausage and our smoked hocks, but we've done all right, and we've, of course, taken advantage of the many wild critters out here, and we're living mostly on small game and wild berries lately because of all this corona stuff, but we're going to have a tasty dish of beans here. I'm going to get the smoker going here, and we're going to get the meat out, some of the meat. We got some more of it inside, but our smoker is going strong here. This smoker was built 20 years ago by Dick Comar and myself just for preparing meat for the Summer Institute. So we're going to take this inside. The queen of our house has allowed us to work in the kitchen inside today. We don't have to work out here in our outdoor kitchen. I'm going to set the meat down here in some of the remnants of some of the meat we gathered here for this stuff. And we're going to go inside and get things going. So, Mike, make sure that we take care of these too, because this is a little extra money for us for more meat. All right, now we're going to go inside into the kitchen. All right, we're back in our kitchen now. Mom let us cook inside today. She's not making us stay out there in our outdoor kitchen. Keep in mind when we talk about this recipe that I'm making a very large amount, enough to go in, fill up a whole roaster or this big pot right here. And also keep in mind that you can make this recipe in 2 stages. The first stage, which you can make and then maybe even freeze, we're we're going to do right now. This would involve the meat and the vegetables that go into the bean mixture. First thing that we do, we have some of our smoked bacon that we took out of the smoker, and we've got that chopped up. We're going to dump that in here. We've got about a pound in there. Keep in mind, most of this has to do with your own taste, how you like to eat things. But the almost all good baked bean or cowboy bean mixtures start out with some type of bacon or belly fat. We also have a couple of our smoked hocks here. They have great flavor. They'll be in there, and we keep those in there for the whole cooking time. The other ingredients will be, we have smoked Polish sausage and also Italian sausage. About 2/3 Polish, 1/3 Italian. And then we also have our chopped up bell peppers. They have 3 different colors. And our onions. And a little bit of minced garlic. What we'll do is we'll cook up this meat and these vegetables in this pan, and then what we would do is to add the beans to this mixture. But once we get this bacon going pretty well, we'll toss our vegetables in here and let those things cook until they're somewhat tender. Okay, you can fade it out there, Mike. Okay, that bacon is pretty well cooked now and rendered a little of its fat, and we're going to now add our smoked sausage bits and get those browned up in this pot. And then after that, we're going to add our vegetables, which are our bell peppers and onions, a little bit of garlic. If you want to get this sausage nice and browned before you do anything else. While that's cooking, I'll kind of go through the list of beans that we like to use. First of all, we get these Randall mixed beans. There's about 7 or 8 kinds of beans in these jars. I caution you that before you use these, you drain them, so there's no juice in them. Drain them before you use them. Next, we use butter beans. And all this depends on how much you make. So we've got our mixed beans. We got our butter beans. Again, those you want to drain those before you put them in your pot. And then we have black beans. Same thing, drain them. And then mix them in. Then it's up to you. We just go and get good old good country style Bush's beans. Different types if you want. Usually I get bigger cans. But this is all that's available right now. It's pretty slim pickings in the stores for even things like beans and rice. So these are the main types of beans. You got your mixed beans, your Bush's beans, black beans, butter beans, whatever is to your liking. But it comes out that there's about 8 or 9 kinds of beans here. So what we're going to really do here is we're going to cook up the meat and then the onions and bell peppers, and when that's all ready, then we add the beans on top. Okay. Now we got that meat pretty well browned. We're going to put in our onions and our bell peppers. We'll get those cooking up really well. It's really a simple recipe. Let that cook for a while. And basically the hard work is done now. Okay, now the vegetables and the sausage, the bacon, mixture, onions, they're all pretty much half cooked. And actually now are done well enough that we could add the beans. Keep in mind though that I plan on freezing this part of the recipe, and later on this month for my granddaughter's graduation I'll get it out of the freezer, thaw it out, and mix it with my beans. Keep them in mind. So if I was going to make the whole thing right now today, I would start draining these beans, adding them to the mixture, and then I would, after I've got all the beans the way I want them and I got the pot basically full, or it's in the roaster basically full, then I would add some brown sugar, about a cup of brown sugar to the top, about a third of a cup of yellow mustard, and about a good cup of my favorite barbecue sauce. Some optional things that you might do is use maple syrup or molasses. And just before I serve these beans, I sprinkle them on the top with this pure Michigan maple sugar. It all has to do with your taste. But keep in mind, after you add the beans, you're either going to bake them in the oven or bake them in a electric roaster, or you could go on top the stove. I caution you not to cover them because you'll get a lot of condensation and they'll get quite runny. So you just got to keep an eye on them. I cook them about 4 or 5 hours when we have our Teachers Institute. I usually put them on at about
Look at the camera.
10 in the morning, and we would get them out about 3, 4 o'clock when we had our party. Another thing that I did personally is these are jalapenos. I usually take a handful of these and rinse them off in cold water so they're not too strong, and that's an optional thing you can do. The other option, of course, is to add more barbecue sauce if you'd like, or more brown sugar, and just trust your own taste. But this is a simple recipe. Happy to share it. It's always been a favorite of all the teachers, and again, I miss being there with you. Another thing to remember, try to use the best meat and best vegetables. An old coach's saying is you can't make chicken salad out of chicken feathers. So you want to use good stuff. Thank you very much. I hope you have a great week, and I hope you enjoy this. Hope you enjoy this recipe.